Good afternoon, this is Joe Hurley back at, I got me a new name, Hurley Hauler 24. Me and my wife came up with that name and I think we're going to use that, but I kind of wanted to post a video about the draft, after the draft that I've done, and the team that I've got. A couple things that I want to run by you and kind of let you know what's been going on. There was a couple of leagues that I thought I had got out of, but they did a draft for me, and so I was going to show you a few things on that. I figured I'd kind of show you and tell you a few things right quick. Hopefully you can see the screen. I've got to eventually get a thing or two figured out to where it's easier, but I'm not used to all this fancy stuff or computerized stuff. But this is one of the leagues that I've got that I did the draft for yesterday, and this is just the team. That's why yesterday I had to go ahead and do the draft, because today's actually the start of the season. So I'm just kind of going over a few things here and show you kind of how things are. And let's see, we got, like I said, my team's right here. I've got my lineup. There's no people playing here today. I can't drop or move anything until tomorrow. So that kind of puts me about way, because I would probably get rid of a couple players and put players that are actually playing in today to get some extra points, but I can't do that until tomorrow. So I'll probably try to make a video tomorrow sometime and kind of show you a few things on that. But the league that I've got that we did the draft on, this is it. And just kind of going over the players a little bit, and that's what this means here, is the waiver wire for Friday. So it won't let me do anything until Friday, so I can't make any kind of changes or anything until tomorrow. So that's where I would see. Normally I would pick up some pitchers for today, probable starters, and probably would have picked up him, but I can't use him because I can't pick him up. So we'll go more in depth on that next couple of days. I have to kind of work with my work schedule, so I go in about 2 or 2:30 and get off, between 12:30, 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's kind of how I have to fit things in, kind of, let you know on that. But once it gets going good, kind of give you a better idea of where things are headed. But just kind of give you on that, on why I'm not, because normally I'd pick up pitchers, and that's why I was telling you I don't draft starting pitchers, because you can always find pitchers every day, and there's 3 for today that I could just pick up and use on my team. And that's why I only draft relief pitchers. So all these are relief pitchers that can get me saves. So instead of having all starting pitchers right here that may or may not start for the day, these pitchers right here can get me extra points that I can use for my team. And so tomorrow I'll be able to make some changes. But see, today's Thursday, there's Friday, and as you can see, there's actually a double header. I think there's a couple games that was rained out or something happened today that's going to be playing a doubleheader for tomorrow. But like you see, my Ramirez, he won't be playing tomorrow, but I think I swapped him out with one of the other guys, Brandon Crawford. I think I moved Gurriel up to first and third, moved Jose on the bench, and then moved Brandon Crawford into the starting lineup. And then, as you can tell, you see all my relief pitchers. But tomorrow, I'll be able to get some starting pitchers, and I'll kind of let you know on that. Kind of let you see that. That way you've got an idea on that. And then let's go to league. This league hasn't really, I've not seen nobody do a whole lot in it, as you can see, other than a draft. But there, I did notice on one of my leagues that I see, I didn't want these other three, but somehow I thought I had got out of them and kind of found out it didn't. So I thought I was just in this league here that we did a draft for yesterday. Well, no, that wasn't the case. So looks like I'm gonna have to see, like here, Adam Wainwright. But see, I'm getting rid of all these starting pitchers. See, it did a draft for me, and all these pitchers that you see here, I wouldn't normally have drafted, except for the relief pitchers. So I have actually did this is something that's changed from when I would play before, is roster update trade availability. That was not like that before. And so you'd had to propose a trade in order to get anything. But now they've got it to where you can actually update that to where you can actually let people know in your league if you want to trade or not, which I think that's kind of cool, because it kind of, you know, gives you an kind of advantage on that. But like I said, I'm not really familiar with that. But see, we've got 3 trade options right here. Because see, I don't want starting pitching, so I'm going to trade them and try to get some stuff out of them. That way, because like I said, I don't use starting pitcher that I draft. And like I said, I didn't draft it. It automatically did it itself because I thought I had got out of the league, and that was not the case. So the proposed trade here, let's see, let's review this one here. Let's see. So incoming players you would receive, which would be coming to me, would be Josh Donaldson, which I could be very interested in because he is a power hitter. Now, he's not the same player he was a couple years ago, but that's still somebody that I could use possibly. Brendan Rodgers, second base shortstop, possibly. Not really interested in him, but this is where it gets interesting for me. The relief pitchers saves. And this is what I want. Save, because like I said, I use a different strategy than what most people use. Taylor Rogers, see this guy. So, okay, so Taylor Rogers looks like to be hopefully a relief pitcher. That could be. I've got Garrett Cole here. I put him on a trade market, and he's he's number 8th position ranked pitcher. Like I said, I don't want him because I don't use starting pitchers that, you know, that when you draft, I wouldn't have drafted him. I would have drafted somebody else, a relief pitcher or somebody else. So, or this league, I thought I got out of it to get in that other league. It must have somehow did its own thing, and here we are. So, I wasn't going to do it, but I kind of want to show you how some of this stuff worked on this to kind of give you an idea. He proposed Garrett Cole for these 4 players. I'm interested, but Garrett Cole, I think I can get more out of him than what he's offering, so I'm going to kind of play around with it a little bit and see, kind of re-offer him a trade that I think might benefit not just me, but him as well, because they both got to be able to accept it. And then here's Chris Flexen for Taylor Rogers, and that could be a move I could make because of just how I don't need this guy. So, you know, Chris Flexen, I think I could make that move. I'm going to look at his roster here. Well, yeah, let's see. Let's look and see. The Potter acquired Rogers and outfield Brett Rooker from the Twins on Thursday, exchange for starting pitcher Chris Paddock and reliever Emilio Pagan. Kendall's house, Summers were later to the work to acquire. Likely step in to San Diego's closer. So that's what I like to hear, because that's what I'm looking for. Closing pitchers to get me the points. So That's what I'm trying to see, and that right there I could probably do. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go back on this guy's roster and see if there's anybody else that I may find interesting. But that one is a possibility, because that one, like I said, I don't need these starting pitchers. So if I can get some value out of them before I, because eventually if I don't get nothing for them, I'm gonna release them because they're not doing me no good. Let's look at this third one here and see how this one lines out. Not for sure, this guy, not really interested in him. Noah Syndergaard, I don't have no desire for another starting pitcher. Jose Quazantino, I have no desire for a starting pitcher. So he's wanting Robbie Ray, who is probably a top 5. Yeah, he's 4. I have no desire to, I think I can get more value. So Luis Castillo, I'll probably get a little bit of value for him. So I'm not liking what I'm seeing on this one. So what I'm going to try to do is go on his roster, if I can figure out. Bronco Lover. So we're going to go to the Bronco Lover. Bless his heart, he's my Bronco lover. Because I'm a Raider fan, and, well, I don't like the Broncos. We call them the Donkeys. So that's why I'm going to look at his roster here and see. Where's he at? There he is. Bronco Lover. Donkey Lover is what I'm going to call him. I'm going to look at his roster here and see. Because, see, I may try to get me a Kenley Jansen. He may not like this. But I want Kenley Jansen for, well, let's see. I don't really. SL Rondell, number 5. Let me go back to my league right quick and see if there is a position of need that I may find helpful here. Oh, wow. So here's all the postponements. Minnesota and Seattle, New York and Boston. And that'll be the doubleheader for tomorrow. So I'll show you this. When you get a doubleheader, it'll actually have 2 games. If they do it scheduled for tomorrow, there'll actually be 2 games. So some of these guys will play 2 games. And I'll show you more into that when the time comes to kind of see here. But let's see. I may end up, he's a top 10 catcher, I guess. So Matt Olson, Gregory Blanco. Let me see here. I'm always looking to upgrade because I am very competitive at these leagues. So if a player don't start well, or if he ain't getting the job done, I will whack him, cut him. Ain't got no use for him. Send him to the trash can, because guess what? I ain't got time. I got to play ball. So I get very into it, and I just ain't got time. And I've cut some big name players before. I think one year Miguel Cabrera was probably a top 5, top 10 player. He started bad, and I cut him. And nobody, I think somebody else picked him up, but he wasn't doing nothing for him. And he, I think later on down the year, he picked it up a little bit, and I think I picked him up after that guy realized he just wasn't the same player he was. So, but I've had 2 where I've cut a player and they end up doing well for somebody else. So there's a chance in everything you do. So that's just the way this stuff goes. But let me go back up here to see what I can figure out. Season projection. And I'm just doing this just to kind of see. I think I may try to get me another outfielder just to kind of do that. Projection. I may end up getting me another catcher if I can, but I think right now I could use another outfielder or 2. I think a good outfielder might really be in some relief pitchers, because I've got 1. That's it. So I am going to go up to here and trade review. Is that my second best pitcher here? Yeah, so I may do that trade because these guys up here are going to give me quite a bit of value, but this guy here, so that trade I am going to make. Let's see, the Taylor Rogers for Chris Flexen. This right here will be beneficial for me, and I don't know why he wanted it, but we're going to accept this trade. I just have no use for that guy. So now then, what I'm going to try to do is go back over to Donkey Lover over here and see about trying to, if there's somebody here that I may want, which he's probably not going to cut ties with that guy. He's trying to give me this. Well, he did. He's got 2 catchers. So that could be a possibility for me, is to grab one of these catchers, because that's a top 5 catcher. And that's also a top 8 catcher, I think. Top 5. So there's 2 catchers here that I may end up trying to trade for to kind of help my offense a little bit. And kind of see about trying to offer him a trade. Let me pull this thing up here. Let's see. I just don't know which one he'd be willing to leave, but we're just going to offer it and see what he says here. We've got 21 home runs, 77, 265 batting average. That's not bad. It's also got stolen bases, so that's kind of good. I need to see how many times, if he's a big strikeout guy, but I may have to go to a different screen on that one. Let's see. It's got 244, 26 home runs, 70, so he's a little bit, he's got 310 points. And this guy's got 305. So I'm going to see about trying to get JT Realmuto. And let's go with the outfielder here. I don't need Josh Donaldson at this point, but I would like to have Winfield. And the reason is he plays multiple positions. And so I think he could be a pickup because he can slot one of them guys. And let's go Kenley Jansen here. I'm getting a little greedy here, but I'm going to make him an offer here that's going to make him at least think about it. And all 3 of these players can be beneficial for me, in my opinion. So now then, I'm going to go with I'm gonna go start the pitcher here. I think he wanted Garrett Cole. That is one he wanted. So I'm gonna go Garrett Cole, Robbie Ray, and Luis Castillo. To me, I think that's a pretty fair trade. I mean, you get one of the best pitchers in the game, top 8, and you get another one in Robbie Ray. Like I said, I may be undervaluing here, but I don't use starting pitchers drafted, so I need to get a couple of offense players and get some relief pitching. So I'd really like to take another relief pitching, but he may be hard to come press with that. But we're going to offer this trade and see kind of how that works for us. And kind of see if that's something he's willing to do. There it is. So we'll just look at that and see how things roll with that. And that's just kind of give you an idea. Like I said, I wasn't planning on this league because I thought I had logged out of it. Well, somehow it did it. So I'm just kind of showing you, kind of how things go on here. On my other league, I wouldn't do that because I had drafted the players that I wanted. This league, it drafted for me, so I don't need the starting pitchers like this, when I can use these for relief pitching and then pick up pitchers throughout the week. And I'll go more into that and explain that more as the weeks go on, and I'm able to start making changes to my team as necessary. But just bear with me. I got to go to work this evening. So here we're just kind of, like I said, I just kind of want to give you a quick video and kind of let you know what's going on. And then that way you can see, get an idea of what's going on and all that good stuff. But yeah, just kind of giving that information right quick. I'm just kind of brainstorming. I've got some other videos I'm going to try to pop up next week or two, especially this weekend. I've got the weekend off, but through Monday through Friday, my work schedule is pretty crazy sometimes, and trying to get sleep and home life, and then try to do this too. So just bear with me, give me some time to get things rolling here, and I'll try to help and do. If you've got any kind of questions, just let me know. All right, thank you, and have a blessed day.